Okay, hi everyone in Zoom. Can you hear me? I'm back. Right, I think you are feeling a bit tired, especially those of you here for the third hour already. Okay, but no choice, Studying is like that one, ma. Right, studying is like that one, ma. So I think maybe you get ready for lesson two. 先准备好 lesson two 好吗? And then if we can finish lesson two fast enough, then we will get back to lesson one. I believe lesson one, I think we completed up to the closed passage, right? 我们好像是做到第二页那个 closed passage 了，对吗？ Right, we see how fast we can go lah. We see how fast we can go lah. Don't worry. We complete the essay. 我们先完成那一篇作文先好吗？ Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me share you this. Now, just to refresh you a bit what we have written, I will just go through this one. 我就读过一遍啊 so you know where we stop. Remember the question? We were asking you to write a story beginning with, oh my God, is it really you? So I started off this way, right, to create suspense. I just could not believe my eyes. 根本不相信我自己眼前看到的是谁. Alright? She was standing right in front of me, waving at me with the sweetest smile that I would never forget. It was a smile that melted me 5 years back. I'm using a flashback technique. 记得吗? Right? Just to refresh you, 提醒一下你罢了. She was standing right in front of me, waving at me with the sweetest smile that I would never forget. It was a smile that melted me 5 years back when we first met each other. The whole scenario was still fresh in my mind that I could never forget till this very second we were standing right there, as gorgeous as before. So it was almost 3 years now since we bid farewell to each other. Her smile pierced me through my fragile heart, and all the sweetest memories came flashing into my mind. So Angel, so the main character here, Angel, walked towards me and said sweetly like she had always been, "Hey Brian, it had been some time, right?" I nodded and returned her a smile, still could not believe my own eyes. "Indeed, how have you been, Angel?" I replied stupidly. So from this paragraph, actually you don't know who is Angel. Then I start to introduce Angel. So what happened 5 years ago? Ritu, it happened 5 years ago when I first met Angel in a Cineplex. Remember what happened that day? The meeting with someone as gorgeous as her in my life was unbelievable. Well, it was like a fairy tale and it was so perfect as if God had arranged the meeting for us. Then my closest friends would show me weird expressions and throw sarcastic words at me, begging me to stop making up stories when I shared my fairy tale with them. Remember this part? I did not blame them. And it was too perfect that I myself doubted it at times. I could recall the entire incident that happened on a Friday afternoon clearly, that Friday afternoon that I would not forget for a long time to call, my God, to come. Alright, typo here, to come. Did you write to call also? Luckily we read through. Okay, to come. So remember what happened? Right? The last two paragraphs that we tackled last week, but I think this paragraph not done, 这一段好像是还没写完的啦. But never mind, I go through first, right? Just to remind you the story last week, okay, ma? So it was after school, and I decided to catch a movie to relax a bit after a long week in a Cineplex that was located in walking distance from my house. I did not know which movie to watch as I was all alone and there was no blockbuster movie on screen. I was too busy browsing the posters near the ticket counter that I did not watch my way. I accidentally knocked into someone, and the next thing that caught my eyes were the scattered popcorns all over the floor. Oh my God, I whispered to myself. In no time, I apologized to her without the guts to even take up my head to look at her. "It's okay," she replied sweetly. I gathered my courage and looked at the girl right in front of me. She was an angel, and I could not believe what I saw. She smiled at me, and the smile was so sweet that I just could not take my eyes off her. She turned around and walked away, rushing into the cinema for her movie. Remember this part? Yeah. So I think this is the paragraph where we stopped last week. It took me a while to gather my thoughts and I rushed to the ticket counter to catch a movie for a movie showing then. I began to feel embarrassed when a small crowd began to gather, wondering what had happened with popcorns all scattered around. I went into the cinema hall, sat down in my seat. Well, frankly, I did not know which movie I picked actually. I sat down trying to adjust myself to the best pose, hoping to enjoy the movie comfortably. At that very moment, I realized that the girl that I knocked into just now was sitting right beside me, and she was all by herself too. So it's a good chance to start your attack lah, 对吗? Okay so 来 continue, still this paragraph 还是在同一段Can you please continue writing from there? Okay, 来 the moment you know that she's still sitting next to you, I dared not to turn around, 根本不敢转头看她。As I know, my angel was sitting right beside me. And I felt really bad for knocking her popcorns. Wait, typo here, knocking over. Can we just add in one more word? I'm sorry, I repeat the sentence again. I dared not to turn around as I know my angel was sitting right beside me, and I felt really bad for knocking over her popcorns just now. 就還在尷尬中 right? 第一，哇，靚女 that I see just now sitting next to me. Second thing, shit, I knocked over her popcorn, right? So 很尷尬嘛，其實我呢 we did not talk a word till the end of the movie. Full stop. So can you imagine the scenario? Movie done. If you still don't take the chance, bye bye lah. You won't see her anymore. 对吗？你自己也想象到啦。So why not? Just give it a try lah. At least introduce yourself 嘛，对吗？ So what I'm going to do, go on not me, Brian. Right, not me, Brian. We did not talk a word, right, till the end of the movie, full stop. When she was about to leave her seat, comma, I gathered all, A-L-L, the courage I could find in myself. 把自己的所有勇气 when she was about to leave her seat, I gathered all the courage I could find in myself to speak to her. Right? You have this experience before? Maybe someone in school, boy or girl, never mind. You like this boy or you like this girl. You wanted to start a conversation with him, but it seems so hard, you know. Right? If you don't like the boy, it's okay one. You just go over, hey, shit. Right? Okay one, man. You understand? But if you like the boy, it's so hard, right? You just wanted to say hello also, you feel shy. Do you have this feeling before? Oh, 有人点头, oh my god. You understand? What are you doing in school? Come, we go on. 继续啊. So it's so hard, but I try lah. I tried to find the courage I could. So like, put in dialogue. 我们写 dialogue. I'm so sorry over what happened just now. I'm so sorry over what happened just now. Put comma, close it back. I said shiveredly. Sebab you pun rasa takut lah. Okay, 你自己也会觉得害怕的吗? Maybe she slapped me leh, how? Maybe kiss me leh, never mind. Yes. Right, 来 no problem. She answered no problem. It was just an accident. By the way, comma, my name is Angel. Full stop. You are, question mark, close it back. So, the girl introduced herself first, right? 是女生先介绍自己的 asking you, you are, if you are the boy, come on, fast answer lah. You get the idea? So without even thinking, answer. Travis, no, Brian. Right, Brian, exclamation mark, close it back. I answered in no time. Full stop. Since you two start talking, we exchange numbers. And our relationship grew like a house on fire. Since then. Oh, okay. In no time. Right? So I think the next paragraph would be very interesting. How the relationship grew like a house on fire. So what do you mean by house on fire? What did you do? Not me, Brian. What did Brian do? All right, let me just read through what we have written. So this is the ending part for this paragraph. Those of you done, you rest your fingers, you double check what you have written. Okay, so I started off from this sentence, I dared not to turn around as I know my angel was sitting right beside me, and I felt really bad for knocking over her popcorns just now. We did not talk of it till the end of the movie. When she was about to leave her seat, I gathered all the courage I could find in myself to speak to her. I'm so sorry about what happened just now, I said shiveringly. No problem, it was just an accident. By the way, my name is Angel, you are Brian. I answered in no time. We exchanged numbers and our relationship grew like a house on fire since then. 可以吗? We go a bit faster. Any one of you still needing this? Or I put the whole paragraph down, just hold on. Because I'm afraid some of you are copying a bit slow. Yeah. Okay, can see the whole thing? So at the same time, I can start a new paragraph here. I don't know whether you have this experience. If you want to be close to someone, I think you should be sharing the same likes and sharing the same dislike. What you like, she like. What you don't like, she doesn't like also. Because not only about boyfriend, girlfriends lah, I think making friends also the same one ma. I want to be your friend. Then I start telling you, I like pink. Then you say, I hate pink. Then cannot be good friend one ma. 怎么可能会变成好朋友的? You understand? Right? Maybe you tell your friend, I like, say, dancing. Then the other friend, dancing, I singing, you understand? Then 也没有办法去聊天的嘛. You understand what I mean? Because like and dislike different already. So what happened here now between Angel and Brian? Perfect. Why is it on fire? Because what I like, she like. When I say, wow, this is nice, she will say, yeah, I also think this is nice. Perfect lah. You get the idea? Right, you understand what I mean, right? It's not about boyfriend, girlfriend. Sometimes you're looking for your own good friends also the same one 嘛，对吗？就 wrong channel 很难做朋友的嘛。You get the idea? 可以啊。So I'm going to talk about this one now, maybe. Both of us shared a lot of similar likes and dislikes. And that was the main reason. Both of us shared a lot of similar likes and dislikes. And that was the main reason both of us got along easily. Both of us shared a lot of similar likes and dislikes. And that was the main reason both of us got along easily. Now, this part, to some people, maybe girly. For some people, sir, how I hope someone will treat me like that. You understand? Okay? Depends depends So 不同人幻想的东西是不一样的. You get the idea? Now to some people, maybe for some of the girls, they will think that, this is so sweet. Maybe for some of the girls, 变态. You understand what I mean? Up to you I'm just writing a story. So remember at the beginning, what I liked about Angel, that smile 明白吗? So because you like that smile, you will keep on waiting for her to smile at you. The moment she starts smiling, you will look at her. She starts smiling, you will look at her. Then every time you will look at her, waiting, when are you going to smile? You understand? Right? You get that? So it becomes a hobby. Are you alright? You fall in love with someone Eva, your wife, okay, you like your wife because of her smile. Today, after 20 years later, 20年之后right, she's fat and ugly now. Then she smile you look at her, please don't smile. Right, 这样子没有意义了的吗? You understand what I mean? Right, so the smile, no matter how she changed, that smile you will remember till the end of your life. 对吗？来啊 I just continue writing, right? I don't know whether you like this or not, but to some people will be really one now. But never mind, I continue. I could spend one whole day staring at her, anticipating 期待 the smile that she would show me. Maybe she's reading, maybe she's doing something else. I don't mind sitting together with her in the cafe, right? She can read, but I will look at her 24 hours, don't know how many seconds per day, waiting, when they smile at me, please smile, are you okay, right? So I could spend one whole day staring at her, anticipating the smile that she would show me, full stop. Eventually, 慢慢的, this habit had become my new hobby, full stop. Now, sir, the girl will realize, right? You keep on staring at people, people will know one ma. 不会太明显咩？不用紧 Good chance, strategy to attack again. Let me show you. Okay? You see, at times, she caught me staring at her. And I just pretended nothing happened. Coward. Right? At times, she caught me staring at her, and I just pretended nothing happened. Now, I'm just writing story. On one fateful evening, 就在一个傍晚 a fateful day, a fateful evening, she caught me in action again. Full stop. She smiled embarrassedly, 很害羞的微笑一下 looking right into my eyes and spoke gently. You understand the atmosphere here? You're staring at her again. She caught you. What the hell are you looking at me? But she controlled her cool. She smiled embarrassedly, looking at you in your eyes, spoke gently. Right? Asking you, is there dirt on my face that keeps you staring at me like that? 是我的脸肮脏是吗？为什么你一直看着我？ Guana, your reply, it's you. Put capital letter. 我脸肮脏是吗？为什么你一直看着我？没有肮脏，是因为你，我要看的是你，你明白吗 ？Right, I'm just writing that. So it's you that makes me can't take my eyes off you. OFF. Close it back. I replied. If the girl likes you, and if the girl doesn't like you, I think response will be different. Can you imagine? So if the boy the boy that you like says this to you, then you will act like, if the boy you hate, then he says this to you, you will shout at him, please go die. Right? So it depends also, right? So I'm gonna write, Angel likes Brian also, 他也是对他有好感的 okay? So what is her response? Can we continue? She's not talking just responding. She smiled, SMILD, LED, and turned around. 转身. That means she never said anything, you know. She never asked you to go die. So you should catch the message lah. Yes, positive. You understand what I mean? So what she do? She smiled. She turned around. She embarrassed ma. What's the next step? Bye. See you tomorrow. Couldn't be all like that. 我单身就是这样咯. You get the idea? People already showing you very shy. People turn around. What's the next step? 什么啊? My God. You understand? Now, this is my response. She turned around. 你自己要想一下 to make the whole thing romantic a bit. Okay 吧? So, people feeling shy, smiling, turn around. You as the boy, come on. I caught her by the hands. 抓住她手，你可以想象到吗？很 romantic 的，人家转身，你抓住她的手，不要给她转，你明白吗？ I caught her by the hands and hugged her from the back. Now you have to imagine this. Different response again. If the boy that you like hug you, your whole face become red color and then smoke start to come out from your ears. Can you imagine that? But if someone that you already hate start hugging you from the back, I think we'll turn around one more time and slap him, right? You mean get right? So, 继续I caught her by the hands and hugged her from the back. So, she did not resist. 她没有反抗 but cuddled into my arms. Are you okay? So this is positive. This is positive. 还不继续进攻呢 You know what I mean? So you have to, you know, I love you, comma, Angel. I whispered. Must be whispering Cannot be shouting, right? Right? Imagine so romantic now. You know you hold her hands, right? You hug her from the back, then you start shouting, I love you. You understand? Right? Couldn't be sampat man. You get the idea? So I love you, Angel. I whispered into her ears. So her reply, I love you too. Brian puts it back. She replied, with love. You know, sometimes maybe you have experience, then you will feel the atmosphere. Then some of you, maybe you don't have experience. Don't blame you lah. You're still young actually. Normal lah. You understand what I mean? Right? But if you experience this something like that before, you will feel the love in the air actually. You get the idea? So maybe some of you jealous. So you're making this too fairy tale. I don't think this is going to happen. This will happen. This will happen. I assure you this can happen. Just that you haven't found the Mr. or Mrs. right yet. 你明白我意思吗? Right? Will happen one day. Right? One day. When's the day? Don't know lah. Maybe 30 years later, 40 years later. So when I'm going to die, maybe also, who knows? Right? True love never dies. Come, you see Okay, just kidding lah. Just kidding with you while you're resting. Next paragraph. So now looks a bit very, you know, two lovebirds together. So to write a successful story, I think you need to create a twist. Straight away happily ever after, 这样没有故事了哦，对吗？ Not fun already 嘛。So you create a twist. 你要就是写一个意想不到的一个转折点 ，alright？ 转折点 ，OK So what happened? 分手 You see, Brian loves her so much. Angel also loves him so much. Right? So it couldn't be Sir. Maybe got Angel number 2. No lah. You understand? Right? Where got such story one? The one TVB man. Come, we go on. However, comma. Now we are creating the twist, We are creating the twist now, However, our fairy tale did not last long. When Angel's family decided to migrate Yiming to Australia 3 years ago. So got Facebook man. Can video call one man? You Zoom with her every night lah. Yeah, I know. I'm just writing story. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? But then long distance relationship is not as easy as you think lah. Right? 其实也没有你想象中的这么简单的啦。Right? Yeah lah, now got Zoom, can WhatsApp call the fella or video call the fella. You still can't feel the temperature. 对吧？你还是感觉不到那个温度的嘛 ，right 啊 ？So I'm just sharing 啦 ，I'm just sharing. So however, our fairy tale did not last long. When Angel's family decided to migrate to Australia 3 years ago, as her father, just to make it interesting, give an idea, as her father would like to develop his business in the foreign land. 所以我们就全家移民的关系啦。So, how do you feel when you get the news? I felt like being crushed by a tsunami wave when Angel told me the news. I felt like being crushed by a tsunami wave when Angel told me the news. Full stop. The day when we were supposed to bid farewell. The day when we were supposed to bid farewell came. And it was indeed the saddest moment for the both of us. But I'm the boy ma. So I tell myself, I shouldn't be crying. If she's going, let her go with a happy heart, right? Let her go. Because going to Australia, that would be definitely a greater world over there for her. Yeah. Okay, so I support her. I support her. I'm feeling sad lah. But I tell myself, don't cry. Okay ma. So I held, HELD, my tears back. I held my tears back, telling myself that I should not cry. I held my tears back, telling myself that I should not cry, for I wanted her to depart without any regrets and hesitations. 不想要他有任何的遗憾，也不想要他有任何的留恋也好，你要想到什么都好啦。Just go, just go. Please go, bitch. No. Right? Just go. But you just want to support her lah. Just go. Australia would be definitely a better place for you. Okay? So I held my tears back, telling myself that I should not cry, for I wanted her to depart without any regrets and hesitations. Okay, ma? It would definitely be a better world over there for her. I hugged her tightly in my arms. I hugged her tightly in my arms and whispered into her ears. You know, I put the whole paragraph down. There you go. I hugged her tightly in my arms and whispered into her ears. Put in dialogue again, writing story, put in dialogue, keep putting in dialogue. Good luck, Angel! Exclamation mark. Safe journey. Full stop. Close it back. She burst into tears and asked, 就大哭啊 She burst into tears and asked, You will promise. I hate all this promise thing. Okay, but 很感性的一个 have to say yes, I'll promise you everything. Okay, so you will promise to wait for me, won't you? Question mark. Close it back. Your response, I nodded, 点头 and waved goodbye to her as she marched into the boarding gate with her family. Why we put in dialogue when we're writing stories? To let you feel the atmosphere, right? Make the whole atmosphere more lively, 比较现实一点。那你也可以感受到当下的气氛是怎样的 by using conversation. Okay? Let me just go through this one. You rest your fingers, but this paragraph still got a little bit, right? Just 1 or 2 sentences there. Right? So I stop for a while. You rest your fingers. Let me just double check the first part. Right, those of you still copying, just catch up. Let me just double check. You double check yours also. However, our fairy tale did not last long. When Angel's family decided to migrate to Australia 3 years ago, as her father would like to develop his business in the foreign land, I felt like being crushed by a tsunami wave when Angel told me the news. The day when we were supposed to bid farewell came, and it was indeed the saddest moment for the both of us. I held my tears back, telling myself that I should not cry, for I wanted her to depart without any regrets and hesitations. It would definitely be a better world over there for her. I hugged her tightly in my arms and whispered into her ears, Good luck, Angel, safe journey. She burst into tears and asked, You will promise to wait for me, won't you? I nodded and waved goodbye to her as she marched into the boarding gate with her family. Yes, so the moment she disappeared, I think you cannot hold yourself anymore, you understand? So what happened next, right? Maybe? I could not resist. Tak boleh tahan already lah. I could not resist anymore. And tears rolled down my cheeks as she went out of sight. That was the last time I met her. Now bring it back to present. Now we're doing flashback all the way. 我们一直在回想这以前发生过什么事，一直在想这当年是怎样的，对吗？ Now I have to bring it back to present 把它带回来现在That was the last time I met her till this very day when I saw her in person again. 那一次是最后一次见到她，3年前。Until today, this very day, she's standing right in front of me again. So you see, I'm trying to bring you back to present bring you back to present And then one more thing, I think from the beginning until now, I never tell you where I see her, right? 在哪里遇见她也没有讲到，对吗？ You can put in this one now, okay 吗？ So that was the last time I met her till this very day when I saw her in person again in the cafe that we used to hang around together. 就在以前我们常一起去的 cafe， 现在又见到她人在这边了。Okay, when I saw her in person again in the cafe that we used to hang around together in the good old days. Done with this paragraph. So one last paragraph, we're going to end the story. So now back to present. What's your action? If me, first thing I will check whether there's any man beside her. Right? So maybe no man, we can talk. Then maybe we ask, how are you? Then maybe she tell you I'm married. Then you ask her back. I thought you asked me to promise you to wait for you. Right? Oh, that is a twist that I don't like. So my story, yeah, twist. But I always end it a good one. Happy one. I watch movies. When I see sad ending, I really hate the movie. I felt like I wasted my time, you know. You get the idea? Right? 你看戏你是想要说 these two must be together. These two must fall in love. Yeah lah, in the middle maybe got a lot of problems lah, 对吗? Can have problems just to make the story interesting ma. But in the end, go separate ways. So in your heart you will say, 去死啊. You know what I mean? No, you don't like the movie anymore, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you a happy ending. Now, what happened today? We had a great reunion. We had a great reunion in the cafe. And we spent hours sharing our experience throughout the 3 years. 就互相分享一下这3年到底经历了什么。So remember your hobby that you did not do for 3 years? Your hobby is back. Okay, I could not resist staring at her like I used to. At times, for her smile. Again, I could not resist staring at her like I used to. At times, for her smile again. Full stop. She was now, 现在的她 She was now a successful businesswoman, taking over her father's business empire. And you are still driving a Kanchu. Habis. Alright, habis. This time really habis. She was now a successful businesswoman, taking over her father's business empire. Full stop. It was a great evening. And we bid farewell to each other after dinner. If this is the movie that you have been watching, do you think you like the ending? No, right? You will start to scold bad words, right? Shit, wasted my time. You get the idea? Right. Of course, this is not going to end here. It looks like it's going to end. Okay? So, it was a great evening. We bid farewell to each other after dinner. Full stop. You see, the same scenario happens again. We exchange numbers. 好像曾经做过的事情。We exchange numbers and emails so that we could keep in touch with each other. Remember 5 years ago, she's asking you, is that dirt on my face? Then you answered, it's you that make me can't take my eyes off you. She was shy, she turned around. So when she turned around, you are the one holding her hands and you are the one hugging her from the back. Remember that scenario? Now repeating, 重复, but we change it opposite. Are you okay? What I mean, so you thought nothing will happen lah. Just exchange numbers, yay, bye-bye, was a great evening. Okay, ma. So what I'm going to write now, as I turn around, this time round, you turn around, Brian turn around, okay? You thought, yeah, bye-bye, right? So as I turn around, comma, she caught me by the hands and hugged me from the back. Can you imagine the scenario? What you did 5 years ago, now in the opposite. Are you right? As I turned around, she caught me by the hands and hugged me from the back. Full stop. Then tell her I'm married. Right? Then the story also you can throw. Okay, so apa ni dialogue? Still Angel is talking. You remember what you promised, don't you? Question mark. Close it back. She whispered. Your response, I nodded and replied, of course, I do, comma, my dear Angel, full stop, close it back. And Angel smiled, and our fairy tale resumed again. After a long pause, P-A-U-S-E. Then end like a TVB story. Hold hands, then they are going further and further and further and further and further. Then the wordings will come out. Right? So this is one of the story. Main thing is not about the storyline. Main thing is the technique in writing story. Right at the beginning, we created suspense. Who is this girl, Angel, that you saw? Then we use flashback technique. You try to think back what happened like 5 years ago, then 3 years ago. Then we bring it back to present. So writing story, always create a twist, right? 就有一个转折点, right? It couldn't be positive, 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 then it's boring. 明白我意思吗? So you create a twist, then try to put in as much dialogue as possible to make the whole thing lively, to make the whole thing interesting. Okay, ma? So you don't fight with your wife? We fought many times. Because I think by fighting, by arguing, by quarreling, then I have this idea all the while. Right? I always tell her, it's okay to quarrel. It's okay to don't box each other, don't punch each other. Quarrel is okay. Why? Because you tend to understand someone better after you quarrel. Because at least you know what she wants. 明白吗？你会知道她其实想要的是什么。But we came to this agreement. Breaking up. Now we are married, so divorcing. So 分手或者是离婚. This is never an option. So when you set this in your mind, both of us, 双方面都有这一个共同的想法的话, so whenever you quarrel, that would never come into your brain. Right? We quarrel a lot, I think, during our university time. But then because we don't see each other that often, why? Because everyone is busy with their own courses, and then we don't stay in the same hostel. We stay in different hostel because we take different courses. Yeah lah, same university lah. But then according to what they set for us, we are quite far away actually. So every night I need to call her. We don't have something called WhatsApp last time. You don't have something called video call last time. I can only call her by paying prepaid. You know, I don't have a postpaid line last time. So, you know, I have to buy something to reload my number, right? You know how much I spend every month just to buy, to reload, to actually, you know, buy the airtime for my phone. Oh, I think few hundreds, I think. You get the idea? But what to do? That's the only way to communicate, ma. But then we do fight lah, but set it in mind, 就永远不要讲分手，不要讲离婚。That is never an option. Then we just want to solve problems, true or not? Okay, just sharing with you lah. So we're writing more stories in the future, right? So I think I'm glad that we complete this one today. It's a long one, right? It's a long one, just as a start for this month now. Okay, so we're doing more lah, but less girly one. 不要这样girly 的啦 Okay, if I always write this essay so I will feel girly myself. You understand what I mean? Yeah, there will still be love story, but not so love 啦，明白意思吗？ You get the idea 啊 Okay, we'll write more stories in the future. That's why I say my target is story My target is story writing So are we going to write any ghost story? We will. I'll only write one. But I'm no expert in writing ghost story as I said. Okay, but we will write one. I don't know whether it's in Form 4, Form 5. I will arrange for you. Okay, I will arrange for you. Okay 吗 Anyone still copying this one? 还有人在抄的吗 I'm actually waiting for you. Okay so those of you still copying, you screenshot, 你把 screenshot 拍照起来 then you can slowly copy So those of you done, I think I end my lesson here today. Then we will continue with lesson 1 next week 啦。我们下个礼拜再讨论 lesson 1啦，好吗 Okay so I stop here for today. Take a dinner. I know you are tired. Alright, go rest. Bye bye. See you.